fights?
No, I didn't make it, man. I was supposed. I was there, but I had to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I just happened to leave. Yep. Yeah, but I saw it though.
Hell of a card. Hell of a card. Where do we start, man? Um, let's start with a card that we didn't get to see on the pay-per-view bout. Michelle Rivera and Sergey Libanez. Did Michelle Rivera surprise you?
Nah, not really. He a good boxer. It was a real good win for him though, so I give him his props. You know, him being the young fighter, he be the real top contender. So so that's another guy that's in that 140-pound mix. That was a good win though. Beating Lipinets was a good. That was a good win for him. So that's a nice little young fighter up there in that 140-pound mix.
Right, right. After interviewing him, he said he would like to get right in there with the winners, Matias and Ergashev. Um, in your eyes, obviously, he went through the PED situation, trying to make weight. Now he's campaigning at 140 pounds. What do you think about the young stud at 140 pounds and wanting to fight the likes of, the IBF champion Subir Matias?
I like it, man. I like dudes that like to take them challenges. Why not? They both with PBC. So I would think that I would like to see either him or Russell fight him, Matias. I would like to give either one of them a shot or make a eliminator between Russell versus Rivera, and then the winner and then go ahead and let the winner fight Matias. It's a tall task, Matias, for a young fighter. But I like that he like getting in there and getting them tough fights. That's what I'm about. So, I like it. I like to see him in there with him, give him a shot.
Mm. Well, let's jump right into that fight. Actually, Subir Matias, because this was supposed to be a fight that people thought that him and Ergashev would have kind of like stole the show type of a deal.
Yeah.
Two higher punchers. Obviously, you told me that you heard of Ergashev with the Sugar Hill and Crunk Gym. What did you see in that fight that Ergashev, kind of it looked like a front runner to me?
Yeah. I can't even lie. I wasn't that surprised because he didn't. He went out straight for the knockout too early to me, and I mean he loaded up with every single shot. Like dude was just sweet. Like he went in there like almost like he kind of underestimated Matias. Damn near like you act like you fighting a bum or something. You going in there throwing every shot like you know. So, but I don't know why he did that. I don't know if he didn't feel good going into it and the thought process was, all right, let's go ahead and get him up out of there or what. But I think that was a dangerous way to fight a guy like Matias. That's like, but Matias was smart. To his credit, he like, okay, let his ass do this for a couple rounds. Few, I'm gonna tear his ass up. That's what it looked like. He like, oh, this dude think he finna knock, because he did look like he buzzed Matias maybe a couple times, a little bit, but he probably wasn't buzzed. It was just that it was early, so he didn't want to. He let the dude didn't fight smart. I'm gonna just sum it up to that. It wasn't a smart fight plan unless he just knew I ain't feeling it tonight or something. Something, unless something was wrong and he knew that he had to go up in there and other than that, it was a horror. He ain't fight smart at all.
No,
Against
absolutely not.
he dude that got all that stamina. You think you gonna fight him like that for 12 rounds? Like, you got to be kidding me.
So coming into the fight, dissecting him, obviously he fought Michael Fox very the same way because he probably didn't want to go into late rounds trying to box Fox. But in this specific fight, you know, he did not use his feet, Mickey. Why didn't he try to box Matias, like what would you think was going through your mind? And watching that, what was the game plan?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of like one of the Kronk style things. Like, but I ain't gonna put it on Kronk because I ain't gonna put it on Kronk just because I don't think that I don't know what was wrong. I gotta hear more like what I like to hear the other side. Like what was dude? Why did he do that? Like I ain't saying he had to beat Matias, but I know that a lot of times it worked for a lot of in the old days and a lot of Kronk fighters, the bully, it worked a lot. Like, if you look at like Fury versus Wilder, it worked kinda like and it worked Tommy Hearns, it worked a lot. Like when he came out on Duran fast and got him up. I mean, who knocked Duran out in 2 rounds? As good as great as Duran was, Hearns went straight to him. And Tyson and Lennox sometime like go bully to bully, but I think dude, he looked like he tried it, but it just ain't worked for him.
Right, and he continued to try for
Yeah,
5 rounds.
and he did it in like. I mean, at least he made it a fight for the few rounds that lasted. But it's like, damn, he faded quick. Like
Right.
you could see his eyes getting big, and he just looked like he got tight. And Matias was damn near like licking his chops, like, oh, I'm just getting started. So he kind of looked like he like, oh man, this what this dude think this is like. He think I'm sweet or something. All right, I'm about to. But yeah, man, Matias, he make for some fun fights in that weight though with his style. He a dog. He definitely to me, you need those kind of fighters like that really know how to press cats and really can. He's a real good volume and pressure fighter to where you can't have an off day with a guy like that. Like, cause you could be better than him, but if you off that night, he'll chew you up. And you need those kind of fighters for the young guys and the good. Sometime, the guys like the Devin Haneys and the Tiafimo and Ryan, and they might have way more talent, but those make for fun fights because they can get into them fights and be a little beat off that day. And a guy like that gonna be in your face all night. So he gonna make for a lot of fun fights. Win or lose, uh he gonna make for some fun fights in that weight class.
Mm, yeah, I definitely agree. Now, him holding the IBF title, right? And I'm gonna do a poll here. I wanted to start a poll. One of my man Blind Faith in the building. Shout out to Blind Faith. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and please like the channel. Also, I just pinned up on the pin Fight God TV. Make sure you guys check out my boy Fight God TV. That's Mickey Bey's YouTube channel. Check him out. Former champion can give you guys some good ways of how to bet and good strategies on how to look at a fight a different type of way in a fighter standpoint or champion standpoint. But the poll that I got here, who's the scariest fighter? Question mark. I had to put Tank in there. I had to put Matias in there. I had to put Better Beef in there. Who, do I put Boots in there?
Shit, you might as well put Benavidez up in there too.
Oh, I think I might have to get Boots out of there and put Benavidez just due to the fact that level of competition.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's a bad boy right there.
I like that you see. I'm glad you said that, man, because I would have put Boots and then we would have forgot. So the polls up, guys. Y'all let me know who to vote. Who y'all gonna vote for. The scariest fighter in boxing today, man. Those are the guys right there. So leading up to this Matias fight, obviously, Matias at one point in time, Ergashev, came into survival mode. I think it was like round 4, even
Yeah.
pieces of round 3, right? And conditioning, and this goes off of the Matias and David performance. The pressure can really get your stamina to an all time low. That certain style. explain that for the people, because now people want to go and say that Victor Conte and Demetrius didn't train hard enough for this fight. Talk to me.
Nah, listen, I talk to Victor every day, damn near, and
Mm.
after the fight. No, he is in great shape. Andre was in great shape. And like I said, we said it on here. Every you see, I ain't switch. That's my guy.
You didn't switch. You never switch. I like that about you.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, man. I told Victor, you my guy. I'm rooting for Snack. Because but I told him I don't see him beating no Benavidez. That's too much. Like, after the fight, though, he hit me. He was like, ain't no excuses. But I think that I would like to see Demetrius back in with I answer the question too, but maybe like a Caleb Plant or even I'm gonna tell you another mom
Charlo,
in that weight is what's the young cat?
Morrell.
Yeah, Morrell. He
Now, do you think because like nobody wanted to fight David Benavidez at 68? Like
yeah,
nobody, right? Caleb Plant stepped up first, really, at the end of the day.
yup,
Obviously, like, Anthony Durrell was obviously a world champion, and David was on next in line. But besides that, you got guys out there that really didn't was kind of avoiding him. Yeah, we could talk about some guys like, Ronald Ellis, guys like Kyron Davis moving up to from 60 to go
yeah,
up. But real 168 pounders, guys that campaign and contend in that way, didn't want to see David. Now,
no,
that being said, right? That being said, now we had Boo Boo coming up in weight. Obviously, he had two fights. He had, the Quigley fight at 68 and the Nicholson fight at 68. But then it comes down to it's like Boo Boo's out here saying, "Hey, nobody want to fight David. I'll fight him." Do you think
yeah.
that's going to be the same thing with David Morrell?
Uh, Not quite like Benavidez, but like what I like to see is I mean, you got some good mix up there. You got Charlo. He looked good to me. But remember, I had the over in that fight too, because Benavidez' brother, I knew he would be tough and be hard to knock out. So
I remember you saying that.
yeah, that was a bet where
But we
uh
went, we were. I lost on the over with Benavidez and Boo Boo.
me too. I ain't even gonna lie, I lost in that one as well. I won on Lamont Roach though, beating
I should
and
have listened to you.
the over in that fight.
I should have listened to you on that one.
But
I did an interview with him, and I told him I bet against him, and Mickey told me to bet on you, and yeah, it went that way.
yeah, I
Um,
get to see a lot too living in Vegas. A lot of these cats train and live here or train here, so I be seeing them in the gym, and I see them, training and sparring with a couple of my guys. Like I kind of knew, I seen that guy Roach, spar with Shakur, and I seen, the other kids spar with a couple of my fighters when I was training Devin and a couple other young guys. But um, Benavidez, man, let's get him and Canelo going, man. Let's get that on. Go. Let's get straight to it. See what I think. This what I think Canelo doing. I'm gonna be honest. I think that he trying to make Benavidez wait to where that weight is harder for him to make. By Benavidez being like a big 68, I think that he trying to wait him out. But I do finally think he will fight him, but I don't think it'll be until next September or early 2025. But I want to see that in May. What is that, Cinco de Mayo, right?
yeah, I
They
mean
should do Las
they
Vegas.
look like it's gonna be September, more like on the Mexican
Yeah,
Independence Day.
it could be that. I wouldn't be mad at that either, but
That
maybe
Mungia will be Cinco de Mayo.
yeah, that's better. I like to see him fight him. Yeah, because that's more to me. The Charlo fight, I don't know if he would go from that to fighting Benavidez. It might be too tough. That's like a 4 month window. I think Munguia, he'd chew Munguia up and be able to get right back to it. But yeah, maybe Benavidez, he could take a couple fun fights too, like with Well, he's so much of a dog. He probably fight Charlo next. I ain't sure if they would make this fight, but him and Berlanga would be a big fight. Uh, Benavidez versus Berlanga. You got a nice little, but to me, Benavidez, you could just throw names in the hat and he gonna take it. Like,
It seems to me, Bobby, like a Boo Boo and what do you think about a Boo Boo Andres and Edgar Berlanga?
oh, I love it. You know what? I like that fight. I like that fight. Edgar. The fight I really liked was Edgar versus Munguia.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
Yeah, so I looked at it from I worked with Edgar before, and that's my guy. So I'm looking at it from a manager trainer standpoint. I would put him in with Munguia, get him a belt, because I think Edgar is gonna be. I ain't gonna say a late bloomer, but he
I think
gonna
that's a
be.
good one. I think that's a good to say. That's not bad to say.
Yeah, he like everybody not gonna be the best when they so young. Like I think him and Ryan and guys like that going you give them like another year, give them a little more time and they'd be in the mix. They just,
Their
they
second half of their career. They're
yeah, they
progressing.
got a lot of talent, but they ain't find a sweet spots all the way yet. But them two big names in the sport to where you get guys like that, you get Ryan about another 2 years, then I think that another year and a half or two, I think that's when he gonna start hitting this. I don't. He's still kind of like I ain't gonna say green, but maybe I think his fit with his new trainer, he gonna home in his real style. He trying to find his identity to me almost. He still, but he got the explosives with him. But I think when you take guys like him, Berlanga, in about a year and a half, about a year to 2 year window, they're gonna start. I think they're gonna start picking it up, and then you could mix them in there with a lot of those big fights. But I do think Edgar could beat Munguia. That's who I'll put in there, and I will put Ryan in there with somebody. I
Mm.
would throw him in there with Rolly. To get him a belt, it's good for him. Both of them two would be good to have a belt because they got big fan bases.
Yeah, 100%. So, what made you think, hey, Lamont Roach will beat Hector Garcia? Like, what was the your main reason why you picked Lamont Roach?
Uh,
I didn't pick him off of the Jamel Herring performance.
See, I didn't see that fight. Now I seen them both. Now when I seen Roach in the gym, I was a little impressed with Shakur. He sparred with him maybe about a year or so ago. Yeah, it might have been or earlier this year. He came out to Vegas and worked with him. It might have been for the or whenever he fought. I think it was when he fought Valdez, maybe. Yeah, whenever they fought, and then I'm like, okay, he got the little skills, like and then by me seeing the other guy, like by me seeing the other guy, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, this a dude I beat easy and win the
Hector
belt.
Garcia.
Yeah, because I'm like, damn, I still got a few fights in me, and I'm kind of looking at them two weights, and I'm like, oh, I could beat him and win the belt and fight a few more and get up out of boxing. Like, honestly, I think I beat both. Like, I know I beat both, but
Beat
I
Roach and Hector.
I beat anybody at that weight. But we gonna prove that point. So we gonna wait and see. But we gonna prove that. But I was impressed when I seen Roach spar with Shakur. I'm like, oh, okay, dude, he got him some skills on him. And the other kid, Garcia, I had a couple fighters that worked with him. Not to put the business out there, but like Devin. And Devin did something to him in sparring to where I'm like, oh, okay. This is a fight I would take right now. And I had another fight, but not to take no credit away. I'm just being totally honest on why I thought Roach should beat him. Because everybody come through Vegas, so you damn near like I could advise any fighter, if any fighters watching, you always Vegas the best place you can come to get you some work in. because everybody is like, you can get any kind of style of sparring. This where you're gonna catch your L at too. Sometimes you need to, wake your game up. You come out to Vegas. I mean, shit, this the capital of boxing. So I just seen everybody catch L's in Vegas in one day or another in sparring. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rare I ain't see a fighter uh, either if they ain't take an L, they got somebody got in their ass.
Mm. Mm. So, I mean, looking at the landscape of the 130 division, I mean, what you see, man? What do you like? I mean, as far as Lamont, what I'm saying, Navarrete, Shock, you got that
Uh,
other dude, Cortina.
yeah, it's picking up a little bit, but it's picking up. It's okay. It ain't
When it
really.
when it comes down to you though, like say you had a campaign at it, and you wanted to go for champions,
Oh, I
what's the
fight him.
what's the easiest cherry pick though?
Oh, the easiest cherry pick. Honestly, Foster. Foster. Not
WBC.
not saying he ain't a good fighter, but uh,
That'd be the easiest title to grab.
It's kind of hard to say because they all, even Navarrete is overrated to me. I'm just looking because, I see so many holes, but I do think that I don't know, man. Cordina, all of them like Cordina, I don't know, but you know, on the short note, I think I'm gonna be become the oldest champion ever in history. And that way, I'm gonna
Mm.
say that in 2024, we gonna see. We'll see. But I ain't got long. I'll probably, do a handful more fights and be finished and, just stay on the business side of things. But even Farmer, of course me and him was supposed to fight. I think he gonna be campaigning there, so he'd be a threat there. Uh
Yeah, that chapter needs to be closed. Real talk.
yeah, yeah. If we came together, it'd have to be on some like unification but I think, that's another big name that can add to the flame and then but I don't know. It's some cool fighters there. I ain't gonna take credit away from dudes that's winning, but it ain't no threats to me. In my opinion, I just say that.
I like it. I like it. So at the 40 division, I mean, obviously nobody really speaks upon Subriel Matias. Obviously, we got the Haney and Progress fight on December 9th.
Yeah.
Um, we also got Rolly in the mix as well. Teofimo Lopez in the mix as well. How do you really look at that landscape, and where do you really put Matias in it?
I didn't.
Knowing that he seems like the guy that won't get the the marquee fights, the big money fights. He seems like the one that won't get it.
We'll see. The only way that he will, because he with PBC. So I know going into this new year,
Well, he's not really with PBC. He's with Fresh Productions, but
right?
he
But he fighting under the umbrella. His
yep,
last few fights was on Showtime, right?
yep,
So he got some kind of link in there, I'm sure.
absolutely.
But I think that with him, I would like to see him and Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah, they
Or
put Richardson at like top three on box right.
yeah, I think Russell or Hitchens, I would like to see them two get a shot at him. Because whoever win one of those fights would be another player in the game in the 140. But to me, you got to put the top three. I think is Devin, Tiafimo, and you got to put Regis just because Regis been there. So I'm gonna still give him that until Devin beat him. Like I'm sure Devin to beat him. Like to me, that's a good bet. Devin Haney by decision.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give y'all the earliest 2 weeks before Christmas. I'm gonna give y'all the Christmas. You know, Devin Haney.
the stocking stuffer.
Y'all, hey, the only reason I'm saying decision because I think Devin is gonna start hurting more people now that he getting a little more mature and him going up in weight. But Regis ain't the kind of guy that you might. He gonna be hard for anybody to stop. to be
Mm.
honest with you. You know, if anybody's to stop him style wise, it'd probably be Tiafimo. But even him, I just don't think Regis ain't the kind of guy that you really get up out of there. I don't think, unless it's with a lucky. I ain't gonna say a lucky punch, but Regis could fight and he got some dog in him. So like him and Matias would make for a real good fight as well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
and then that'll be the guy that proves you wrong upon if Regis could get stopped or not by somebody.
yeah, but I think Regis might can beat him style wise. I think he could beat Matias. Like that's crazy how styles make fights. I think that you get a fighter that's sitting in front of Regis, it's gonna be oh so whoever just said that Regis will beat Haney, get with me and let's put a bet in. Get with me,
Mm,
inbox me or get in touch with me or something.
get a little bet on what right
Yeah, let's
there.
put but nah, him and Devin gonna be a good fight because um you know we already know that he gonna try to knock Devin out, which he should do,
Mm.
which he should do. And it's a good thing somebody brought that up. I'm gonna give Matias the top of the Puerto Rico. I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him the for Puerto Rico. I'm gonna give him the torch right now because he dogging it out and he coming in there like an animal. So I got to give that to him out of that island. You know, you got him, you got Berlanga coming up. Uh, I can't really think of nobody else.
Well, we got Bomba
Yeah,
Gonzalez.
he the
He's
small.
he's a, he's a champion.
It's
Manny Rodriguez.
Mickey Bey Turner on Instagram inboxing.
Yeah,
Know how much you want to bet, but
yeah.
um, that's gonna make the fight even funner to watch. Devin versus Tio, but you got to honor your word. You got to pay me, or we gonna clown you up on meals
Oh yeah, yeah. We're
hey,
gonna.
clown you on here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Only the real ones up in here for sure. Um, yeah, like I said, Manny Rodriguez, Bomba Gonzalez, those guys are also champions that
Oh
necessarily
yeah,
don't really be, we don't hear their names much, right?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, definitely the top guy, style wise,
He
is
hot
definitely
weight class 140, which now you could say to me,
is the most popular.
yeah, now it kind of is between that and 68. I
Because
think
now you got Michelle up there, now you got
yeah,
Jermaine Ortiz up there,
yeah, you got a lot of guys. You got contenders that can fight up there. So
and you
I mean,
already got contenders that can fight up there.
you could do a round robin there and just mix guys up like the old days, win or lose. Some guy gonna beat this guy, and this guy gonna beat that guy. But yeah, I give it to Matias right now. He a dog. Like somebody gonna have to really know how to fight. As far as you gonna have to be skilled to beat him.
Yeah, it seems like you got to be very skilled to beat him. And the thing about with him, he cuts the ring off
Yep.
nonchalantly. Like you don't see him taking that step before the other guy takes a step. No, he kind of like legitly cuts the ring off like Jason. And next thing you know,
Yeah.
he's like right next to you.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Cause I'm like, damn, what's up with Puerto Rico right now? The island. Yeah, I seen you too. All right, we dude said he gonna honor you. We got $100 bet meal, so you know
Mm.
after the Haney fight, we gonna have to get up on here on December 9th, and I'm
Raphael 32. You got yourself a bet, man.
yeah, so we gonna honor that on December 9th. But um yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dude. Matias, I was kind of impressed with him. Like, I don't think that he gonna be a fire. See, he gonna be one of them dudes that you could rock with him even at. See, I don't believe in loss being just cutting the fighter off because they lose. Because that don't mean nothing. If you look, every great fighter lost like handfuls of fights. Sometime the greatest fighters ever. Floyd, that was his destiny. He didn't lose. But other than that, Matias is the kind of guy you can throw in with five guys. He might beat three of them or beat two of them, but he gonna always. You ain't gonna be a certain kind of fighter. He gonna test you and see if you really want it.
Right. right. He seems like a guy that he he'll probably have 3 fights that he loses. He already lost
Yep.
one, and once he loses some fights, he's gonna win some great ones, and
Yep.
people are gonna just look at him as like, yo, that's my favorite fighter, and we
Yeah.
need that in boxing.
Yeah.
Someone
But
with three losses that is
like a
doing it.
Margarito, when you had guys like that, like Margarito or um he kind of remind me of like, yeah, the Puerto Rican version of like a Margarito type fighter.
Mm,
Where
mm.
you don't know he beat Cotto, he beat Cloudy, but then Manny beat him. Like, but he gonna get up in there and fucking make you fight. But I would like to see Ryan be tested by him in about after this fight.
You want Ryan to get
Now,
tested
that's a
by
hard
who?
fight for Ryan, though.
For
But
who?
if Ryan could get past a dude like that, whenever he could beat him, like if Ryan beat him, you say, all right, I'm ready. Now let's put him in there with Haney. Let's put him in there with Tiafimo. I think that'd be a hard ass fight for Ryan.
Damn, Mickey, you're gonna do that to Ryan after fighting
Not,
Tank? You're gonna put
not
him with Matias?
I
Gee.
give Ryan the pass. Let him get about 2, 3. I would rather him and Rolly fight and see who win that, just to
I
get
think I think he might have a better chance with Regis.
who.
Ryan.
I don't know because
That's sharpness.
yeah, he might Ryan still, I just think Ryan mentally, give him a couple wins. What he fight next week, right?
Yeah, he's fighting next week. Oscar Guate.
Yeah, I think Ryan need to be busy. Like maybe fight like in the early in the year. Get him about 3 fights in next year. And then once he get see how he look a couple times with Derrick James and then
Because
you
I
know,
see Ryan can make him reset. You know what I'm saying? With the jab.
yeah,
Like he'll constantly make Regis reset.
yeah, so yeah, I think so too. But Ryan one of them fighters too that he got the talent. So it's some guys he gonna be able to beat, but he got some fun fight. I mean, 140 to me right now, yeah, it might be the best weight right now.
Mm, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Coming into the co-main event, the return of Charlo. He looked good in there. Looked comfortable in there. You and I were. I mean, you had Jose, right? I mean, you had Charlo winning the fight
Yeah, by decision.
by
Uh
decision.
all right. Hey, whoever bet, y'all gotta somebody else saying it's bet. All right, let me know how much and do it on here, but I need y'all name, info. Don't try to hide after the fight when Devin win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try to hide.
T.
But
Dot M. You already know you can catch him on Mickey Bey on Instagram. Um, place your bet. Oh, here's another $100. I bet Devin don't ever fight Matias.
no,
That's
Devin.
tough. That's a tough bet because Mickey can't control matchmaking and what managers want to do.
Yeah. I thought you was betting on Regis. That's already made. What you just asked me, Mill?
Co-main event, man. Like
Yeah.
you had
I,
Charlotte win him. Did you feel like it was gonna be like that?
yeah, yup. I didn't think he would stop Benavidez because Benavidez got that dog in him. It was a good fight. It was a real good comeback fight for Charlo. Benavidez tested him. That he tested him. He made him fight. He hit him. He went in there to win too. He ain't going there to lose. But I liked Charlo. He fought good to me. He was relaxed. He landed some good shots, and he needed to go the distance. Just for us to see where he was at. So now I think that I would like to see him fight Caleb Plant next.
Yes.
Him and
Yes.
Caleb to fight the co-main event on prop.
Now let's be honest, right? He looked good in there against Jose. All right. But
Yeah,
did you see the rust? I seen rust in there. I seen some shots he shouldn't have gotten hit with too.
yeah. He did get hit with some shots, but I think it was a good, kind of to wake him up. I think it was one of them fights to really wake him up and to go ahead and get back in there in April or May, something like that. It was smart for them to put him as a co-main. They need to start doing that again, putting the same weight on the same cards so people could match them up, and they kind of already building a promotion for it. I think I would like to see him fight Plant next, though. That'd be a good fight. Or I would like to see him fight Andre,
There it is.
and I would like to see Plant versus either Charlo or the young cat. What's his name? The Cuban.
David
Morrell.
Morrell.
Yeah, I would like to see Plant versus Morrell.
Mm.
Either him
Mm.
and Charlo or him and Morrell.
Yeah, because Caleb looks like the one that's most ready in the
Yeah,
division for something like that.
yeah. Caleb. He another fighter. Like I say, win or lose, all these guys can box. Some of them gonna beat the other, but we got to let these guys mix it up. So like Donald Trump said, we make boxing great. Keep boxing great again. Like yes. Let's see who can beat who. Everybody might get a loss in the round robin, but if we don't do those, we want to see that because like Leonard lost to Duran. He beat Hearns. Hearns beat Duran. Leonard beat Hagler. Hagler beat Hearns and Duran. Styles make fights, but we want to see them all. Like we want to see them frequently. We don't want to wait years. We want to see these cats in there 2-3 times a year.
Facts. 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 Guys, we got over 140 people on here, only 31 likes. We got to get the likes up to improve the visibility of the show. Get the algorithm spicy, get it hot. We got a poll here as well. 68 votes. So we need more votes, we need more likes. You know, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all the donations as well, man. We got Mickey Bey in the building, former champion. So, um, what did you like? My opinion, would you rather see Charlo fight Boo Boo first? Because remember, that fight should have happened a while ago. And the same time, Boo Boo's he's really not a true 68 pounder.
No.
So it seems like it's more even. It seems like it's more fair for
Yo.
these two guys to get it on.
Yeah, I really do. Style wise, the only reason I say Charlo and Plant is because they got the build up because of they incidents out the ring.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that kind of make it but I think that I do think that Andre should go back down to middleweight. Not saying he can't win some super middleweight fights, but yeah, I would like to see him in there with Charlo, but it's hard to surpass Charlo versus Plant, because of what happened with them two. It's already sold. The fight is already sold. So I think them two might have to fight each other. Maybe like on the co-main event of the next Canelo fight.
Wow. I
I
mean,
do a super middleweight card. A matter of, I think it should be. I'm sure they could conjure up the money to at least put 3 of them on there. Like, you know, um, way to be hard now. Benavidez is a certified main event fighter, but I would like to see at least 2 or 3 super middleweights on one card. Even if you cut off 4 pay-per-view fights and just put 3 instead of 4 like they used to do back in the day. I'd rather see 3 real good matches than 4 and then putting 2 mediocre fights.
yeah, and I like that you said like keep it at the 68 division to make people look up. We can look forward to like certain fights.
Yeah, yup. So then you could kind of match them up. Like, all right, we want to see this guy next, and put a poll up like you doing on the show. Who you want to see fight next? Put a poll up. You got millions of people or 100,000s of people putting a vote in. You already kind of know who to put together next because you
Right.
got the buyers. You got all of the fans putting the poll up. You kind of already know who to match up.
Now, say you know there've been talks. David's dad, Jose Benavidez Senior, said if he can't get the Canelo fight next, he wants to move up to 75 to fight Bevo. What do you think about that fight?
I, I like that. Hope that Canelo does step up to the plate. I will wait. I will wait and just see if I can get Canelo elite. Now, if I don't get him next year, Yeah, probably so. I'll probably move up. But yeah, I like to fight. I like him with Benavidez or Bivol to fight each other. If he could beat those guys, then man, that'd shoot
You
him in
like
the
him on a bet?
against Bivol.
Both of them.
Uh, dang, that's a good question.
Because the fight's
Yeah,
nice, but for an
I think
actual bet, though.
I think it'd be even on both of them. But the power I'm hearing that Better Beef got, um, it's stuff I never heard before in boxing. Like the
Yeah,
stuff here,
like people leaving camp early type shit. They don't
yeah,
even care about the money.
and it's down and spar half a round and spar with 20-ounce glove, all of that. And these by certified killers, just sparring with him. I've been winning with him by knockout for a few years now, just off of what I heard for the last probably his whole career, damn near
Yeah,
the last
that's all I have
year.
been doing. That's all I've been doing. Better beef, it's KO, KO,
Yeah,
KO all
I
the time.
can't see him stopping. What's his name?
You don't see David Benavidez
But
stopping. You
what's his name? Benavidez. So man, them fights would be good. Them would be the ones to where you would see what had happened between. He could catch an L on one of those possibly, but right now I'm a favor Benavidez with anybody at either weight.
so you know, I think you just came out. If you want to come back in, come out
Oh,
and come back in. Yeah, you went blank. If
hold
you
on,
got,
somebody called my phone. Hold up.
it's cool. It's cool. I'll take over. I'll take over the show till you come back. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. We got a poll here, 82 votes. Let's get these votes up to over 100 votes. We got over 148 people on the live. Make sure we get these likes up to over 100 likes. Let's improve the visibility of the show. Mickey's back. Mickey's back. We good. So,
All right, cool.
the question that I had was like, before we dissect and get your initial reaction on the main event. You know, um, other fights at 168 pounds that you would like to see, other than the ones that we spoke upon. We got this guy. We also got Pacheco, that's ranked number 3 in the
Oh,
WB the WBA. He's ranked number 3.
yeah.
And he's ranked in the top 14 or top 10 in all sanctioning bodies as well. What do you think about the young kid from the Benavidez camp?
Oh, I like him. Yeah, I seen him fight before in person. Yeah, I think he got the goods. I think he gonna be I think he could beat I think he'd beat Munguia.
Hell yeah. Or Edgar. I'm sorry, but he'll be Edgar too, bro.
Yeah, I like to see that fight too. That'd be a good fight.
He's been calling out Edgar, you know what I'm saying, for quite some
Yeah,
time now.
yeah, that'd be a good. Yeah, that'd be a real good one. But yeah, he definitely gonna be a future. He gonna be in the game for a while. I think.
22 years old, Mick.
Oh,
Diego
that.
Pacheco.
Oh man, that's good then, because that's another 10, 15 years. I like seeing guys like that that's dedicated because they that's another decade plus. If they keep their lifestyle clean outside of the ring,
Yeah.
and we have so many good fights in the next 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've
100%.
seen him fight a couple times. I like Pacheco.
So, getting into the main event, okay? What is Mickey Bey's official reaction to the main event?
Um,
Demetrius Bubba Andres versus David Benavidez, the Mexican monster.
yeah, man, he earned the name and he got it from Tyson. So if you got Tyson nicknaming you that, then I think he proved it for sure the other day. I already seen him as that, but I think now, I think he put a stamp on it because usually Boo Boo is a difficult guy to fight, and he made it easy. I mean, he went in there and made it easy. He picked he I mean, that type of fight, he could probably fight in a few months. He didn't even take much punishment. He went in there and got him up out of there. He ain't play no games in the fight. Now it's just like, man, I'm excited to see him and Canelo.
Mm. Mm. Now, before we get into that, because I definitely want to get your analysis on just that fight stylistically, but in this fight, I seen post press conference, David Benavidez said, I just wanted my dad to be proud of me. If you ever had a dad that was a coach, you could understand that feeling. And then in the same time, your opinion, you know, uh, two division champion, Olympian. Is this the biggest win of David Benavidez' career without getting a title for it?
Um, yeah, you could say that because he was undefeated. He took his oath.
Took his own.
A lot of people was ducking Andre for a long time. Like, they didn't want to deal with his style. And he did what I like. What I like about Benavidez, you don't hear him making excuses about styles. Oh, I don't want to fight him because he run. Or to me, if you a killer, how you gonna let a dude that all right, if you saying it got run, that mean they scary, right? How could you let a scary guy beat? That's what I like about Benavidez. He don't never make an excuse about a guy's style. To me, if you really are an elite fighter, you could be any style. And to me, Benavidez don't make excuses. He go in there with any style, and that's because since he was young, from what it sounds like, he been boxing every style in the game. So,
Mm,
yeah, I don't like to hear excuses like, oh, this guy fight this way, so it's gonna be boring. People duck fighters by saying that. Like, to me, if you somebody a coward if they run. So if you telling me you can't beat a coward, it's something wrong with your fighting style.
mm,
Hear people saying like with the Shakur fight. I mean, I knew he was injured. It didn't take a rocket scientist for me to see that. But my thing is like, if he a runner, that means he's scary. You should be able to beat a scary fighter. You ain't gonna hear Benavidez saying, "Oh, I don't want to fight this guy because he run." No, he gonna cut the ring off and deal with you, and that's why I like him. Like I don't want to hear that's equated to a scary fighter, a runner. Go in there and you don't hear the real dog saying that. Benavidez gonna find you and he gonna deal with it. Like honestly, that's my one of my top few favorite fighters to watch in boxing.
mm. So, by what would you have to grade Demetrius Andre's performance? This
Uh
was supposed to be supposedly the fight of the year, and nobody's really talking about this situation as far as we
no.
just seen Errol Spence just come out, go 9 rounds with his shield up, and had to actually have the referee stop it. Granted, we don't know how Errol Spence will, come back into the ring, but in
Yeah,
this fight right here, it lasted 6 rounds, and he didn't want to get out of the corner.
I'm gonna be real with you. I gotta give him a harsh. I gotta give him a harsh judge, man. I'm gonna give him a D. I'm gonna give him a D. I ain't gonna give him an F. I'm gonna give him a D because now that I don't give him a D as a fighter, just in that performance. He's still a class fighter, but um, it what in the 6th round? Is that the round he stopped it in the after the 6th?
Yeah, he didn't come out for the seventh.
Yeah, no, I can't. You I gotta grade him harshly on this one. He's still a excellent fighter, but he got you know the grade was low. Like Benavidez made he work. So even though I think he's still a great fighter, that performance, but I get a credit to Benavidez, but Like I say, he ain't get in there and say, "Oh, he ran and this and that." He did what a great fighter can do. Like he did what dude should have did in Shakur is made his ass fight. What's his name? The one that fought Shakur.
Edwin De Los Santos.
That was his job to go in there and make his ass. See, Shakur to me, he fought smart with it, and I was impressed with how he disarmed dude. Even though the fight was fucking, of course, every fighter it was boring. But now you see the difference, right? Because he still got the victory. Now, if Andre could have got the victory, I would have gave him an A. I don't care how boring it was. If he had beat Benavidez in the same fashion, I would have still gave him an A because some nights you just got to get the victory. Now, with that being said, that's why you got to look at fights like what Shakur did. It would still show this genius just from the scientific standpoint of boxing. Shakur was sharp and fucking did what he had to do to win. Benavidez didn't get off the stool. I mean, Andre didn't get off the stool. So now you got to compare. Like, which one would you rather have, a win or you got stopped?
Good point. Good point. That is a good point.
To
Because a
me,
lot
I
of
get victory, and I'm a dog. Fuck all that, not going to put hands on somebody. But I just think that the injury it was dude's job to make his ass fight. Benavidez made Andre fight. He took the fight out of him. And that's what you're supposed to do with a Shakur. You ain't finna outbox Shakur even with an injury. Let's get Tank up in there with him. So Tank could make him. Tank got skills. Tank could punch. Tank, get up in there and do what Benavidez did to Boo Boo. He took the fight out of Boo Boo. He ain't say, oh, he ran. He did. No, he made his ass fight. He made him quit. He didn't quit because, oh, I was tired or injured. No, he beat the fight up out of him. So that's all credit to Benavidez, not to Boo Boo, because Boo Boo came to fight. It just wasn't his night. But what happened? What's the total? The total thing is that this man made him quit. Now that guy that fought Shakur, he fucking set back and let Shakur beat him with an injury. That's your fault. That was your night to win the title. Lomachenko might have, who knows, he might have won that night because Shakur one hand. That might have been the fight to where we might have seen Lomachenko still a win just from activity. I don't think he could beat Shakur at his best, but on that night, that kid, I keep forgetting his name.
Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin.
Ella Santos, I give him all the fault in that fight. People not criticizing him as much. No, you let him you let him school you with one hand. Now,
So I'll
he
be
schooled
interviewing Edwin soon. What would be a good question to ask him in your
to
behalf? I'm gonna be interviewing Edwin like today or tomorrow.
ask him why didn't he make him fight like Benavidez made Boo Boo fight? Like, all right, did you not know? Was you that delusional thinking you hit like Tyson? And he just was scared of your power, or why didn't you put on more pressure and you might have could have stole the decision why he had an injury? That was your night to beat one of the greatest fighters in the sport. Why didn't
Mm.
you more? Now, granted, him being a young fighter, I'ma say that I just think it was a lack of experience. He got the money and he just got caught up in the moment. I ain't gonna judge him off that one fight because Shakur is fucking crafty as hell. He not as easy as it looked. So I
Good
would,
counterpuncher too.
huh?
Really good counterpuncher.
So I'm gonna be honest, Shakur is hard as hell to hit and hard to get in on. And I seen that what De Los Santos couldn't get in on him. So I just think he don't have enough experience yet. But the fight was boring as hell. But Shakur still impressed me by disarming De Los Santos with the injury. I was
Mm.
impressed from that standpoint. Because if his hands was good, he would have delivered off of those misses. He wouldn't have just let him miss, fall through the ropes, and don't go get him. I knew he was hurt after the 5th round. I'm like, oh, he got to be injured because he made a miss and fly through the rope. He would have countered him like he did Vaughn did. So to me, De Los Santos was supposed to have put more pressure and made him fight, but I didn't know he was that young, so I don't think he really knew his experience. Maybe his experience, he didn't know how to get in on him yet, but that's something that he got to work on. And I still fought him for making the fight boring. Shakur was supposed to make it boring because he was injured, but Dallas Santos is young. I don't think he know how to deal with that yet, but that's why you got to give Benavidez credit because Benavidez knew how to cut the ring off and make a fighter like Boo Boo fight. He made his ass fight, and that's why I like Benavidez because you don't hear him say, "Oh, I don't want to fight this guy because he born or he run." No, he gonna make you fight.
Mm.
Benavidez is a great boxer. Benavidez
Mhm.
is a great boxer. He just don't dance around the ring and move a lot. But he could beat you from the outside, the inside, mid range. He gonna break you down. But one thing you ain't gonna hear him say is, "Oh, I don't want." Now, if he was Shakur's weight, he would be fighting him, and he wouldn't be saying, "Oh, Shakur, I don't like him." It's up for the opponent to make his ass fight. Let's get him and Tank together. Let's see how that's gonna play out. I can't say him and Devin because they're not the same weight, but Tank versus Shakur should happen the end of next year. Like I want to see Shakur get his hand all the way better and his injury all the way better. Let's bring Tank back at the beginning of the year and let's put Tank versus Shakur. Let's put them at the end of 2024.
And if Shakur fights the similar way, what would you have to say?
You said if what?
If Shakur fights the similar way, the way he fought De Los Santos
If
to
he, win,
Tank.
if he wins or what?
Same way, wins and doesn't shoot the left
Hey,
hand.
you can't say nothing. I ain't gonna lie.
And doesn't shoot the left hand.
Now I'm gonna be salty because it's like, damn, I wanted, but if you beat Tank, it don't matter how you get up out of there. Beating Tank is a win either way. You got to beat him.
Mm.
You got to beat Tank no matter how you beat Tank. Shit, if you get your hands raised on Tank, then you know I don't think it's possible to beat him without throwing punches. But you would just have to say, damn, it wasn't an entertaining fight, but he beat Tank and he disarmed Tank. It won't make him a pay-per-view star but beating Tank in any fashion is gonna be impressive to me. Like, him and Devin Haney the only guys that I give a shot to beat. I give Tiafimo a shot too at 140, but those three guys are the only people around that weight that I see capable of pulling off a victory.
So, in your opinion on this fight that happened this weekend, would you have to say that Boo Boo tried to go for greatness when he found out that this dude was too big, he gave up?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, I give him a D. I can't. He fought. See, all right, I'm gonna be fair because boxing is still boxing, so you can get your life took up in there. The only person that know what they felt was him, so I ain't gonna discredit him.
But his brother's the one that stopped the fight, I'm assuming. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, so his brother knows his brother, and he know like, man, it's a little too much this night.
Yeah, like he's not fighting back.
Yeah, but I'ma still give him a D because he ain't dog it out. Like, but he by his brother stopping it, he probably knew this a little too much tonight. But
He
I
said
ain't gonna
thank you
take
for the opportunity real quick.
I ain't
And
away from him as an all around good fighter, but just in that one performance, I'm gonna give him a D.
okay, Mick, so now this comes to my next question then. Then if he goes out, fights Charlo because it makes sense, and Charlo stops him. Then say he goes and fights Belanga and has a really rough time and doesn't get the decision. We're coming to a point in Demetrius Bubu Andres as far as you was a great amateur, an Olympian, but when it came down to the pros, you picked and choose and looked like a duck versus actually being 100% avoided.
All right, here's what I think is the problem with Andre's the whole totality of his career from my
Because he
stand.
should have already fought Charlo by now.
He wasn't with the
One of
right
them.
people long enough because boxing is way more political than people know. Like,
Correct.
I know that because I lost a bunch of not getting a bunch of big fights just because of certain things on the political side. But I don't think that he had enough tough fights to get him ready for Benavidez. And that's why I didn't have a shot for him to beat Benavidez because he wasn't battle tested enough. You still got to be battle tested because Benavidez coming to kill. He gonna pick you apart with his skills, but he ain't just coming to win. Like he coming to get you up out of there. Like he gonna beat on you, and you gonna have to earn the decision with him. Even with Plant, like Plant hung in there, but he was just that close to being out of there. So my
I
thing,
mean, what do you think about Demetrius Andres as a two division champion and who he has beat in the divisions? One of the titles that he got was a vacant title that he fought for. You feel me? Let me know what y'all think in the comments as well.
all right, my bad. I put my phone on do not disturb because people calling. But
Yeah,
good fight.
as far as the guys that Demetrius Andres fought, and do you do you feel like his career has been really put to a waste? And it goes with both because I don't know if you heard, but he was supposed to fight the Charlo, and he didn't like getting he didn't get the Charlo fight because I guess it was not enough days in advance for the fight. So like we've seen fighters do this still. Kyron Davis took a fight with Benavidez. Real short notice. I think it was like what 16 days. Um, even when I interviewed Kyron Davis yesterday, Kyron Davis said that he has really no business being at 168, and all his good fights are at 160. Like, what do you think about those type of comments and just looking at Boo Boo's Andre's career, who he fought? Like, let's be honest, man. 168 pounds, bro. It's no joke,
Um, all right. Basically, I would say this: now that he with PBC, who he should have, I don't think. I think that now he got a couple years to really prove what he really can do now because all of the dance partners are there. I ain't gonna write him off after losing to Benavidez because
because that's
he,
the cream of the crop right there.
yeah, he the only one. Like he damn near could probably do that to anybody. Like I
Yeah,
think he'd beat Canelo handedly, not stop him.
we'll
You
get
know,
there. We'll get there.
I think he'd beat Canelo in the unanimous decision. So um I wait. The verdict is still out. Like I think he could
So you
still.
still got to see more. At the age of 35 years old, you still got to see more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got to see more. Like either he got to go back to middleweight and fight Adames.
The Damas. That was what I'm trying to say. Is like you tell me, Mick, like for real, watching his career from 54 to 60. Should he continue to campaign at 68, or Hadamas and Jenabek might be the better way to go at 60?
Yeah, yeah. I could see him beating Jenabek, possibly even Adames. If he could make 60, then that'd
Because you can kiss
probably.
that Canelo fight out the window now.
Yeah, yeah, nah, yeah. I don't see him doing nothing with Canelo. Canelo style wise, that's kind of a nightmare. Canelo know how
Canelo will never say his name ever again, bro. Never.
Can
I don't even think he did yet, but
he know how to deal with them type styles. Like look what he did with Billy Joe Saunders. Kirkland, he gonna get to them southpaws. He gonna get to you. He know how to fight them. I don't think that. Yeah, that ain't a good fight. But yeah, I think Andre. We can't write him off after taking the best fight, but he just was out willed that fight. Not only out skilled, but he got out willed. He thought that, and this is what I seen in the pre-fight thing, right? This one thing I said to myself, just being honest. I'm like, I hope he don't think this is gonna be a friendly fight because dude's shaking his hand and they smiling. I'm like, he gonna try to fucking kill fucking
Yeah.
Andre.
Yeah.
Did you peep that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
listen. I'm like, man, Benavidez just being a good sport.
Super.
I'm like, man, hold on. All right, they smiling, they shaking hands. See, I seen this just me just speaking real deep, deep.
Yo,
I'm just
yo, yo, Mick, before let me stop you right on the press conference, right? Boo Boo was making all these funny remarks, and David at one point in time he wasn't feeling. He was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's all clown and games until someone goes to the hospital."
see now this is my thing. And Andre to me, I don't think I'm just giving real fight boxer psychology right now.
Send
How
it.
like how certain things play out from the mental standpoint. I think that he went in there to box in the win a decision and take his time. And I think he was playing a lot, and that's just his personality. So I can't knock him, but he should have like when I didn't see a seriousness in him. I'm like, oh shit, he think Benavidez is gonna let him warm up, box him, and it's going nah. I'm like Benavidez just being a good sport, and he respects you as a fighter and as a man. But when y'all get in there, if you go in with
Well,
that thinking you got rounds to warm up, this man is in his mind like, man, this dude's silly as hell. He played too much.
he a clown.
I'm gonna get up in there and hurt this dude, and I think that caught him off guard too. Like that was my psychology behind all of the like the weigh in and the all of that. I seen that from each end. That's how I looked at it. I'm like, all right, Andre, he gonna go in there and think that he got time to warm up. I'm like, dude, shaking his hand just because he respect him as a man and as a fighter.
Taking the fight. Thank you for taking the fight.
Thank you for taking it, but I'm gonna fuck you up. Like,
Right.
and I think it looked like Andre, like, oh damn, all right, maybe I suckered this dude into fighting like a tactical fight. That's how I looked at the pre-fight thing. But to me, Benavidez knew that he was gonna try to hurt him to the point to where it almost looked like to me, he was like, man, I'm gonna show him respect because I might hurt this guy and put him in the hospital. That's how I read the pre-fight, honestly. I read it like Benavidez knew that he might hurt this man, and he felt like, damn, all right, let me give him his respect because I'm gonna hurt this dude. And it looked like Andre was like, all right, maybe I suckered him into fighting my game plan and just fighting a tactical fight. Now it could be different, but me having experience and knowing the tricks of the game, it looked like that was his mental was to go in and outbox him in a tactical fight, and dude was coming for the kill.
Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. So, I mean, you know, now moving forward, we got, David possibly, fighting Canelo in September. How do you see that fight?
I see. I see. This the crazy thing. I think I was one of the first people to say Benavidez could beat him years ago.
Hmm.
Now everybody kind of think that, but styles make fights. I give um, I give Benavidez the win because I think he'd beat him by more activity. But Canelo gonna land some shit on Benavidez that he never been hit with, like the counters. All right, I think that Canelo on the inside, he gonna land some heat on Benavidez where he might hurt him. I don't think he gonna put him down or nothing, but it's gonna be a grueling fight because his timing and his experience. See, and it's another guy that's battle tested. Canelo is battle tested and got a whole lot of experience. I think that he gonna be able to pick off some of them shots and land his. He gonna land the hook in between them combinations, and he gonna dig to the body and make freeze Benavidez a couple times. But with Benavidez speed, size, and endurance, I think that he just gonna edge him by activity. Like I could see that being like a 7-5 type fight, 8-4.
Mm.
I think that Canelo might land some of the heaviest punches in the fight, but I think that Benavidez is gonna land combinations that look flashier. I don't think Canelo gonna work hard enough to get the victory. That's how I sum it up. I don't think that he gonna dig down more than Benavidez to actually win the fight, but I think it's gonna be like he gonna land some shit on Benavidez though, like in between them, some of that stuff. But I just think that Benavidez is mine. That man, if I win this fight, I'm gonna be one of the greatest ever already at 26 years old. But Canelo got that experience, man. Believe me. Don't count him out because he could put him on the floor. Even though I give Benavidez the victory, Canelo can put him on the canvas. So we seen him fight Kovalev when Kovalev was big and Kovalev could punch and all of that. He fucking put his ass down, wasn't the 11th?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that'd be like it'd be kind of close, but I give Benavidez the win.
You know, it's a great fight. When we seen Ronald Gavale knock down David, David changed his attitude and said, "Yo, this guy can punch. I'm gonna box him." So
Yeah,
he did. He boxed him. You know, now if this comes to a point that Canelo hits him, now can he outbox Canelo as far as straight chess match? We're doing calculated pressure here. We're gonna fight in spurts. How does that fight go down? Because it might turn into that, you know. Because I
yeah,
think Canelo is probably the hardest hitter at 168.
yeah. We could say that. And he can time you real good. He know when to hit you.
You feel me?
He know
So
when.
how does a boxing match? Because it's not gonna be a fight. I
Well,
think, I think David might have to turn it into a boxing match.
um, the only thing, the only thing about the boxing matches, he got so much height over Canelo. So, cause don't get it twisted. People can't get it twisted. Benavidez is a great boxer. To me, he's a aggressive boxer. That's how I name his style. He's
Hmm.
not a slugger he's an aggressive style boxer, kind of like how Shane Mosley fought. They don't have the same style, but he like a Duran, Mosley, Cotto. You know how them dudes are skilled, aggressive, skilled fighters. Like they don't brawl, but they don't back up. I'll put it to you like that. Them type fight,
High volume pressure boxer.
yeah, they like pressure style boxers. So he could beat you in a boxing match because he throw more punches than you. He throw more punches than Canelo, but Canelo is kind of like the smarter fighter. Like I think that Canelo is smarter as far as like when to punch and picking his shots. But the only problem is he not gonna be able to walk in like he does on them other fighters. Usually Canelo could go in the high guard and walk in on you. He gonna be getting hit. But if you let him get in there, to me, I think he could beat Benavidez on the inside, like close range.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to cut the distance, which
Yeah,
is gonna be hard to do with all the combinations that David puts together.
yeah, it's gonna be hard, but the only problem is, see, Canelo, his with his experience, he been used to doing that. So, um,
All
man,
right. So then this question is, who has Canelo fought that has somewhat of a style of Benavidez?
I think
Oh.
Kovalev is a decent measuring stick, like as far as height, power, like, all right, I'll say I'll
And not
say
is he I think he's more of a boxer than pressure fighter. What do you think?
who?
Kovalev? At later Kovalev was more of a boxer, right?
Yeah, he a boxer puncher, but we got
Yeah,
to
boxer
consider.
puncher, yeah.
All right, I'll say the fights that I think would be kind of similar would be, all right, I'll say Bivol, even though he lost, Kovalev, um, what's some other longer guys he fought?
Callum Smith.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say Callum because he ain't built like Ben. Yeah,
100%.
dudes, yeah, them,
I was just answering the question, but you're right, for
yeah,
real.
yeah, built like Benavidez is a stone cold killer. So, but
Hmm.
Canelo, Canelo is he more skilled than me than Benavidez, skill wise. But
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Before we break into that, right? Because I want you to break down the skills of both fighters. But before that, Box Pod, thank you for the $20, man. Keep up the good work, my brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Box Pod. So yeah, talking about the skills of each fighter. Um, talk to me. Like, why do you believe Canelo is more, basically saying has a higher IQ when it comes to boxing?
um, I'm gonna say he got the higher IQ because age, his experience. He got the experience edge over Benavidez for sure. I mean, he a veteran right now.
Yeah.
Canelo. So we can't forget about that. He still ain't never fought nobody like Canelo yet.
Yeah,
It
he's
ain't
an active
people.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Canelo could fight his ass off, but and Canelo is a rare breed of a skilled fighter. Like you got a handful of dudes in this game that got skills for real. Like
T Bud.
you got Bud, you got Devin, you got Shakur, you got Lumachenko,
Oh, if you're gonna add them, then you gotta add Jordan Ennis as well.
you got Boots. Now, the reason why I say that, now these guys young, a few of them that I named, but Canelo, he been see now Canelo, these guys young. Canelo did it so long that, and I'm gonna name another fight that prepared him the best for Benavidez is them 3 fights with Triple G, because he had to dig down in all of them, because Triple G only lost to
Canelo.
Canelo. That type of competition. See, that's who I wanted to see Boo Boo fight.
Me
I
too.
don't know how much Triple G got left, but Triple G to me are, you know how they say about legends, they always got one or two more good fights in them. If Triple G really go in the vault and say, all right, I'm gonna get 2, 3 more big fights in, even though I like him at middleweight, Triple G, he capable of beating damn near anybody if he still got the hunger to go to camp and to say, all right, I lost to only one fighter, which is a great fighter in Canelo, which I thought he beat Canelo the first fight.
Me too.
But I complained because I won money on the draw. But
Mm,
I thought he won the first fight against Canelo. The second one could have went either way, and the last one wasn't bad. It was
mm.
close. It was a little close. It wasn't no shutout.
Nope.
So me, Triple G prepared him competition wise. That's why I go back to Boo Boo saying he didn't fight competition. So for him to not fight a certain level of competition, to jump in there with a killer like Benavidez had been in there with a couple killers. You know, he didn't been in there with, not that plan as a killer, but a high level fighter. He didn't been in there with guys like Anthony Durrell, and all of them fights add up and they put feathers in your cap, basically. You know, so Canelo had
You've
so
got the key.
Canelo got so many feathers in his cap, even against guys like Billy Joe Saunders.
Tricky
Uh,
fighter, tricky southpaw.
yeah, first guy to beat him, Triple G 3 times, Kovalev, Floyd Mayweather. Yes, not forget about that. Bivol, even the losses in those fights is like going to the hardest college, getting your degree that you can go to. Like
Yeah.
so,
Beating
Canelo,
Daniel Jacobs.
yeah, Canelo is a better skilled fighter than Benavidez, but I think Benavidez, I give him the edge because of his speed, size, and his activity. His
Could
speed,
trump could trump the experience.
yeah, yeah, but I think it'll be close because I think that Canelo will land like the harder shots, like
Mm.
solid ones, like. But I think that them combinations is gonna be like, when even though it ain't the same kind of style matchup, but when Leonard beat Hagler, he didn't get robbed. Hagler didn't get robbed to me.
No.
But when Leonard landed them kind of combinations, you can't think you beat a guy to hit you with six pieces all night. You might say that because of your pride, but I think that Benavidez, without the movement, I think that he gonna let them combinations off to where you like, damn, the fight was kind of close, but this dude hit him four. He didn't do 4 or 5 punch combinations that he beat him on activity. But I think Canelo gonna beat him on the inside with them, like he gonna land some solid body shots, overhands, hooks. But Canelo don't jab. He's short. And on his way in, I just think he's gonna get hit with too many fast combinations. Like so, I give Benavidez the win on decision.
And obviously, it would be in Canelo's favor to keep it in the center of the ring.
Not really. He need to get him on the ropes.
He got to get Benavidez on the ropes.
Yeah, he need to back Benavidez to the rope because Canelo can fight people real good on the ropes. Most fighters can't fight while people on the ropes. They don't know how to pick their shots correctly. They panic. They overly panic and start missing and get Canelo know how to get the right space to where you notice he be clipping dudes when they on the ropes. He know how to pick his shots. He dropped Charlo off the ropes. He dropped James Kirkland. All of them. He know how to get you off the ropes and off that. He could knock you out when you on your back foot like Billy Joe Saunders. He knew. Remember, he started raising his arms up to the crowd. He knew it's over.
Right.
Before he even knocked him out, he kind of felt it. He like, oh, I got him where I want him. This dude backing up. That's what I like about
Yeah,
Canelo.
because Billy Joe's probably going like this with his eye constantly. Like, oh, what the hell just happened to my eye?
Canelo knows what punch is open.
Yeah,
He know like, oh damn, all right, this punch is open. Like, but the only thing is that I'm thinking is like, man, I think Benavidez will outwork him.
yeah,
He outwork him.
yeah. So really, it's about the durability of David at the end of the day for that fight.
Yeah, I think his speed and his activity rate, but Canelo, Canelo to me, he kind of landed cleaner shots, kind of like look at his knockouts. The way he knocked people out be highlight reels.
Yeah,
Benavidez is more like a wear you down kind of thing. Like, he gonna wear you down and just land some blistering combinations and get you. I'm gonna throw a 6 piece and one of them gonna land and put you down. Canelo is more intentional with the shots that he throw.
yeah.
He
His
more,
shot placement. Yeah,
yeah, like he's a great. Probably got. He might have the best time in inboxing. Like I'm trying to think.
yeah. Him and Bud have the best, I
Yeah,
think.
him and Bud. Yup. Like they got great time and they don't got to throw a million punches to get you.
And you gotta kind of add Tank in there too. Tank got some really great
Yeah,
timing as well.
Tank one of them too. Yup. He know when to hit you and
Where to
he.
hit you and everything.
Yeah, but man, I want to see it in 2024. Though I don't want to see it past that because we don't know how long Benavidez is gonna be at a state super middleweight, and I want to see him fight him at his best.
Yes, yes. You want to make sure that we get the best Canelo. Is what you're saying.
The best Benavidez too, because we don't know how long he could stay super middleweight. That's why he already pondering going to light heavyweight.
So I like that you mentioned that, Mickey, because there's people that that don't really understand boxing or just tune in from time to time. Staying at a weight class, draining your body at a weight class for such a long time can really do a lot to the body. Like when you told me, hey, you would still try to make 130. I would, in my head, Mickey, I
But
was like,
hold on, the only reason why is because I weigh 140 now, like a little over. Like when I
oh,
fought,
you're close.
yeah, I fought 35. I was fighting to fight either way. I got a title fight first at that weight and stayed up there. I was fighting catch weights to win a belt at 130, and I got a call to fight. They was like, "Don't nobody want to fight this cat Vasquez. Do you want to fight him?" I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!" So that's the only reason. Like these dudes walk around 25, 30, 40, 50 pounds over.
Yeah,
When I'm not in the gym, I'm only 10 pounds over or something like that. So, I would have been basically as a lightweight, yeah, I got the height, but weight wise, I was, you could say I was at a disadvantage, even though I could fight. But my last fight with Cambosis, I weighed in at 132.
mm,
That was at 35. So it wasn't, I didn't have to diet or do nothing to make that weight class. I just trained and made weight. Like I didn't have to sweat or none of that. So that's
mm,
the difference. Like, yeah, but at the same time, I'm only looking at a few fight wins. Benavidez is young. He's still growing.
right.
Me, I weighed the same. I weighed the same amount. I weighed the same weight 15 years ago that I weigh right now. I ain't gained
Mm,
a single pound in 15 years.
mm.
Yeah,
Funny,
literally.
huh?
Yeah, so I ain't gained a pound in 15 years. Like I'm saying like a walk around pound. Like I weigh the exact same as I weighed 15 years. That's most people, gain a lot of weight and stuff like that. Like but now Benavidez only 26. So he still could be growing. Like he in his early to mid 20s. You could still grow through those ages. Like Shakur moved up, Evan moved up. Usually when once you hit past 30 plus, you kind of if the same weight, your weight ain't gonna really fluctuate like that. So but David, you could tell that he not gonna be a 168 pounder his whole
Mm.
career. Like
Nah,
Shakur,
if you looked at his career, he had like 5 fights at 175.
that's what I'm saying. Now look at Shakur, right? Shakur is like when I was at lightweight, he could fight there the rest of his career probably if he want. Like he not a big lightweight. Like he
Yeah,
like
he's not big.
yeah, he's good enough to fight 40, but he gonna be more at a disadvantage fighting 40 and 47 because he's small. He not gonna never be a big 40 or 47 because he's
Mm,
featherweight. Like
yep.
see,
Pat,
I made the Olympic team at featherweight, the same weight as Shakur. So
shit.
I
Yep.
wasn't I wasn't
I
a
hear
big
it.
like I could have been fighting featherweight in the pros, but I didn't want to lose all that. Like and Shakur is kind of like, all right, I'm gonna fight 35 to where he could reign there probably for 7 to 8 years and take over. But he's good enough to fight 40 and maybe 47 one day, but he's little. Like Floyd wasn't no real 47 or 50. Like Floyd was a 40 pounder at best.
Mm,
He was just good enough to fight at 54, 47. Floyd wasn't no real 47 pounder. Like he was a 40 pounder. At like if you look at like his actual weight, like Manny Pacquiao, he was a 40 pounder at best. Like he just was good enough to fight 47. So Benavidez is a guy that might could maybe one day even fight
well,
heavy.
if Floyd was a 40 pounder, then Pacquiao definitely more than 35.
Yeah, probably 40 at the end because he's still, at the end, he might, that would have probably killed him. But
Because you seen how they matched up. Floyd was just too big for him.
for who?
Pacquiao.
I don't think so, man. Floyd's smaller than people think.
Yeah, but he looked very big in the Pacquiao fight. He Pacquiao looked too small.
Yeah, I just think his style, the matchup, but Floyd, like Floyd was like more of a natural for he said, all right, like Crawford, for instance. He can go up. I think he could win the 54 and 60-pound belt. I think he'd beat everybody at 54 and 60. Janabek, Dames, I think he beat both. but
Mm.
still a little. He's still not a big welterweight. He is a small welterweight, but he's good enough to beat bigger fighters at 54 and 60. But Crawford is like more of a 40-pounder. He a 47-pounder now, but not like a. He only 47 pounds because of his skills.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, he filled in real well, at the
yeah,
weight class.
fighters just not.
You know, back in the day, they say the fighters fought more closer to their weight class.
Yeah, and that's what I always believed in when I fought. I wasn't never about to lose no, especially because I ain't putting on a lot of fat. It's just some fighters get fat. It matter your body type and this and that, but like
Some
Shakur, just to
some
make
of these
it.
guys be like 6 feet campaigning at 130.
Yeah, yeah. So it all depends, like where you could compete at the highest level is where you should fight. Like Terrence is good enough. He's small, but he's good enough to fight at middleweight. Like so he might go into the fight at 154, 155 because you got to be the next weight. But he'll win. He might win at 155, but or 157, but he's still a win the middleweight title. But now Adames might walk around. I seen he be out here in Vegas training, and I seen him. He a huge middleweight. Like, but Crawford, I think could still beat him.
What do you think? You think they should go back to the same day weigh-ins?
Nah, no, it just ain't healthy. It's a different day, a different, you know, it's a different day and age. That don't mean nothing to me. Like it don't. I mean, Crawford beat he beat the bigger man in Spence. We still got to go on what everybody said before the fight. Now everybody could say Spence was this, he was that. No, Spence is a killer and a beast. His fight before Crawford to me was the best performance of his career when he beat Ugas. It do look like he should go up to 54, but I still got to give Terrence the full credit for beating Spence the way he beat him, just because how prepared he was.
It happened the same way at 54. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah. So,
It's a horrible style matchup.
yeah,
Horrible.
weight is overrated to me. Like, that don't be mean and nothing. Like, the better fighter gonna win no matter what. You might get a rare occasion to where a guy like might be weak, but there ain't no excuse when you've been fighting all these other fights. That ain't that big. It don't make that much of a difference to me unless you just outrageously, like when De La Hoya fought Pacquiao at 47, you could kind of see like, dang, like I mean, it looked ridiculous. But other than that, man, that ain't that big of an excuse. Like,
Facts. Facts. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button, man. So, Mickey, man, you know, in your behalf, December 9th, bro. We got a killer card. We got Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis. Um, does Regis got an opportunity? Does he have a chance? Is this a 50-50? Or it's just a puncher's chance for Regis? Or you think this is a real blown fight for Devin? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real fight.
all right, I'm gonna be 100% totally honest. It's a 90-10 fight. I ain't gonna fool the fans.
90-10, ladies and gentlemen.
I give it 90-10, but is it a great fighting matchup? Oh hell yeah. Now, as far as him, I want to see him land on Devin just to see how Devin take it. I don't want him to hit Devin, because I'm looking at it, from a coaching standpoint, like, but you got to get hit. So this will solidify how he would take a punch from Tank in my eyes, because Regis is a certified puncher. His punch is not overrated. It's real. His power is real. So to me, people should be excited about this fight because I'm gonna break it down and just be totally honest to say why. All right, I'm gonna break down the fact that he's from New Orleans. I'm gonna say if he bringing that New Orleans attitude, like if people don't know, about New Orleans, the grittiness, the like the if he bringing that New Orleans attitude, like whoever know what I know about New Orleans, if he bringing that hood New Orleans mentality, which I think he will, like man, fuck this young dude, I'm gonna go in there and hurt him. He gonna still lose, but he could keep us on the edge of our seats watching the fight because the ring ain't but so big. It's 12 rounds. You gonna have to fight at one point or another. Maidana proved that against Floyd. Floyd had to fight that night. So if Reed just go in there and just say fuck it, he not doing shit with him in the skill department. I watched the face off last night, and he not believe me. Skill wise, he ain't doing nothing with Devin. Trust me, Devin.
Mm.
When it comes to them skills, like them, it's only gonna be a Shakur that can deal with him on that level. I don't see nobody else. Skill for skill, them the only two guys that I see that can outdo each other. Like on one night, Devin might get him. On one night, Shakur might get him. Other than that, you not out skilling Devin Haney. Like Reed just don't got a chance from the outside unless he drop a hard shot over one of Devin's punches and hurt him. But if he go in there with that dog mentality like Maidana did against Floyd, and he not trying to look cute because that ain't the style. Like trying to go in there and look. I don't. And I like Regis just as a fighter, separate of this fight. Like I say, you put him in there with Matias, you put him in there with Tiafimo. He got some fun fights I like to see. Even Gary Russell, Hitchens, like Devin Haney is a nightmare for him. No, he better go in there like Maidana did with Floyd, because
Right.
Devin socks off. I'm telling you, like Devin gonna be better than he think when he get in there. He gonna say, God, he gonna be like, damn, this dude. I'm just telling you that because I trained Devin and I've seen him fucking. I knew Devin since he was 7 years old.
Mm.
When it come to skills, I never really. The only dude I ever seen deal with him with skills, it ain't been. I done been seeing him box since he was a little kid. Like if Regis, when I heard Regis say this, hopefully it's a bluff. When I heard him say, no, it's gonna be skill for skill, that's delusion. He don't believe me. Every fighter nowadays want to think that they more skilled than they are. It ain't a knock if you're not the best skilled fighter. That don't mean you can't win. Unless you don't. Now, Duran to me was one of the best skilled all around fighters in the history of boxing, right? But how did he fight Ray Leonard?
Mm.
He knew like, man, I ain't about to go in there with no Ray Leonard and mess around, and ain't nobody outboxing no Sugar Ray Leonard from the outside.
Right.
Hearns be one that can do it because Hearns was he was 6'2". He had length, power, and he could
Yeah.
fight side off the jab and all. But if you think you finna go in there, when he said that about skill, I hope that was a joke. Because if he try to fight skill for skill with Devin, he might get embarrassed.
Mm.
Embarrassed to the point to where he get pot shotted out of this world. Like if he don't, I just want him to put us on the edge of our seat. He not gonna beat Devin for sure. His
Mm.
chance in the world is to either drop Devin to where Devin is woozied up most of the rounds and he steal him or knock him out. There's no way in hell he gonna beat Devin without hurting him bad. Cause
Well,
Devin,
that's my next question. If he does hurt him, Regis is a finisher.
I give him that. If Regis hurt him, he come in and he'll swarm you with some awkward punches. So if he hurt Devin, yeah, that's his shot, but that's his only shot. Like he not Devin gonna pot shot him to death, and then he moved up in weight, so he not now that was a fighter that did need to go up. I ain't gonna lie, like with Lomachenko, I wouldn't have. They make good decisions in their career, but I was gonna move. I wanted Devin to go up a year or two ago.
Now I remember talking to you last year about that, and you told me that.
But you gotta do what you gotta do in boxing. It's undisputed. You gotta make the weight class. But at 40, At 40, man, listen, that's Regis' only chance is he might as well, man, he got to go in there like Maidana versus Floyd to give us a good fight. Other than that,
Mm.
food, like he gonna get, man, listen, if he sit back and in his mind think, oh, you know, I'm skilled and I, man, listen, trust me, the only fighter that got the audacity to go skill for skill is Shakur. Nobody else. Shakur and
Loma,
huh?
Loma,
Yeah, Loma. Yeah, Loma for sure. Loma, but other than that,
and if
Reed
Devin goes as and if Devin is as big as people say he is, Jerron Ennis is super skills.
that, that big though, like people think they talking like this dude is,
It doesn't help when Bill's saying it.
man. Listen, Devin ain't that big. Like he a natural. He a 40-pounder. That's his
Mm.
perfect weight class. He could fight at 40 probably for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Like he could at least fight there for 4 or 5 years. Like Devin is a real true 40-pounder. Of course, he's still growing, so I could see him beating most of the welterweights. I wouldn't put him in there with Boots. Because
Mm.
Boots is like he gonna be a middleweight one day. Boots.
Well, Ezzo 88 in the chat says Hitchinson
I like Hitchison as a fighter.
against Devin though.
Nah, I like Hitchison against a lot of guys, but right now Devin got more battle, more. He fought better competition as of now.
As a pro, yeah.
Yeah, but Hitchens is one of my favorite. He one of my favorite guys in the sport.
Mm.
He legit. I tell you that. I'm gonna be real. If I think somebody overrated, he legit.
He legit.
He legit for sure. He for sure a legit elite fighter. Some fighters is overrated, and I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna lie or none of that. Like, and that ain't me taking away from a fighter getting their money and winning. But some fighters in boxing are overrated. A lot of them are.
Mm-hmm. I
And they
agree.
right people. Some people just with the right people.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not at 100 likes yet. We've been over 170 people throughout the whole live. Over an hour now. We would like to get over 100 likes before we end the show. Um, yeah, Mickey, some great breakdowns, some great reactions that you gave us. I definitely like this. Now we also got Andy Cruz on that car with Devin and stuff like that as well. And then you also got that other kid, Liam Pyro.
Oh,
What do you think about him?
he fighting Montana, right? Oh, that's a
Yep,
good.
he's
Yeah,
fighting Montana.
that's a good style matchup, dude. Now, Liam, now Montana. That's another kid I knew since a baby. We both from Cleveland, so I'm rooting for him. But this an even matchup because I'm gonna tell you what I like about Liam because I ain't gonna be biased. Of course, I'm rooting for Montana. I knew him literally since he was like literally a baby, 2, 3 years old.
Hmm.
Now I'm rooting, but he a hometown guy. So, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say this, and this can be for anybody that box or that whatever your line of work is. You always go to the best place where you got the best opportunity to thrive. To me, if you a fighter, if you not in a boxing seat like a getting the best work now, to me it's gonna matter what kind of sparring Montana got. We got great fighters, and if we got to me we probably got one of the top 1 to 3 places talent wise in boxing in Ohio. But
Great amateur system.
but pro wise, see here's the problem. Cleveland is dirt poor. It's dirt poor, and it's a gritty city that you got to get up out of because dudes want that fast money, and they'd take a chance if you tell a dude there you gonna have 5 million in 3 years, or you had 20,000 tomorrow. Dudes from Cleveland to take that 20. That's how it might sound crazy, but our opportunities is slim. Like when it comes, we ain't from New York, we ain't from Philly, or we from the small city with a whole lot of talent. But dudes there want it now. That's the mentality. Like, no, we got to have it now, and that's why people lose discipline. So all right, now me breaking this down is dude Liam be here in Vegas sparring with Shakur Devin. Like that says a lot about him to come from across the world where he's from to get the best work. I would have liked to see Montana come out here and work it or hit me up and get some advice, like on
Mm.
hey, let me go to LA, let me go to Miami, let me go work with Tank Shakur. That's the only thing that I would have liked is for him to get up out of the trenches. Don't nobody want to come to Cleveland. Listen, LeBron James, he couldn't get Dwayne Wade to come live in that city to play with him.
Mm.
Whoever been there, see, this the difference, right? Like in Philly, and I got a place in Philly. Like I got family there, so see in Philly, it's a bigger city, so you could still get in a better area, right? You got better areas to live in Philly, right? In Cleveland, it ain't big enough to get away from the city, right? So you're gonna be distracted. Like I don't understand why people think you too close to the act, like you it's too poor and I ain't gonna break it all down like that because people don't care. I'm just making an example that LeBron James, we got hella talent there, but you kind of gotta leave, not forget about your city, but nobody wants to come stay there but for so long.
Right.
So to me, I would like to have seen Montana get to Vegas, LA, or Florida in the real boxing to where people want to come. A lot of fighters gonna flock to these fight capitals, like even Philly. Like Philly is people are known. It's a big city, so people are really coming there to.
People fly out to go to Philly to get
Yeah,
Philly
they
work.
a lot of no Cleveland. That's like going to like a St. Louis or
Yeah.
Baltimore. You're not going to these little rough cities for nothing. Like just to come on, you got to be wise when it come to that. But I hope Montana pull it out. But the kid that he fighting been out here in Vegas for months,
Mm.
in LA for months. So Montana, it's a 50-50 fight. I'm gonna just say that. And who else did we say is on the card?
Andy Cruz.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I said I'm gonna keep it real with the fans. To me, he overrated as a pro. I'm gonna be
Ooh.
fair, and these are things I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him the fact that he training with Bozy, who I like, is one of my favorite guys. That's a legit trainer that Ben had great fighters way before Boots was probably born.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with some of them since I was young. Bozy is a legit, and he was smart by not following the status quo of going to Miami and going to thinking you got to train with a Cuban. So I ain't gonna say that he overrated. Say that he's the better amateur. His style to me don't work as a top professional. I don't think you could put him in there with the core or Tanker, eat him alive in the pros. Nah, I
Yeah.
just said keep it real.
I think you also told me before. I think you and I spoke upon it. You said that Keyshawn get him in the pros now.
Probably so. I got to see more out of Keyshawn. I don't know, but I will say him making the switch, him training with Bozy, I think help him because he not going with that same Cuban style. That Cuban
Correct.
style is fit for the amateurs. Like this ain't
Mm.
a knock because they got the best amateurs in the world.
Facts.
But they turn pro, they more like 12-round amateur fighters. They real elite, but not as a elite. We know where the elite professionals are. Let's be real. United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it always been. Now, real good fighters. So I don't want to discredit him. And he a dog. One thing I like about the Cubans is that they take any fight.
Yeah, they got heart.
But do I see him getting to where Devin Haney, Tank, and Shakur is at? No, never. I'm gonna admit that.
Never. Ooh. Not
I'm
even with Bozy. Never.
no Bozy is gonna help him get to his height.
But not that height.
I don't see it. Now I like the kid, so I ain't gonna just not. I don't like to knock people that been through what he been through to get to America to turn pro.
Yeah.
But I will say this about him though, he got more heart than the. All right, I'm gonna say this: them Cubans and a lot of them Russians got more heart than the American guys now. The American guys now turned into divas to me.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say this because everybody talk all this hood shit, but when they come to matching, don't nobody want to hear that. You from here, I'm from there, I'm from there. No, fuck all of that. Y'all getting punked out by these Cubans and these Ukrainians because these
Hello.
fight anybody. So I don't want to hear all this hood shit. Talk, oh,
Mm.
this city, I'm from this hood, man. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of that. Hey, what
Mm.
Roger say? People get their ass whooped everywhere.
Whew.
Somebody
And
told Roger, "Oh, I'm from here, I'm from there." He like, man, listen, people get their ass whooped everywhere
facts.
in the world. Don't nobody care about that you from this city in America, this city. I'm from this hood. That man don't know fight to fight then if that's the case.
Smash the like button, everybody.
Say this because I want a lot of these dudes to wake up because a lot of these American dudes think they rappers now.
He's talking
Rappers, but
shit.
they really like bitches now. And I'm gonna be vulgar on this because y'all getting holed out by a lot of these other countries got more heart than these punk ass American dudes turning into divas.
Talk your shit. Let's go.
Sugar Ray Leonard and any of them talking about, oh, I gotta have his money. What do he bring to the table? Oh, he don't bring nothing to the table, man. Fuck all of that. Listen,
Fuck all that.
like
Yeah.
it's hard to get. You know how women say, "Oh, this man gotta have this." Y'all acting like females that got y'all act like y'all playing hard to get, like a bra.
Mm.
Now that's one knock I do got on these fucking Americans. Not all of them, but this why I like Boots. I like Boots. I like Benavidez. I like Devin. I like Shakur as the young guys that ain't fucking scared to fight. A lot of y'all other dudes, it's more, but a lot of y'all other dudes is frauds and y'all scared to lose. And the real fighters know this. Like the real fighters know who's scared and who not because you could cherry pick. See, it's a way to cherry pick and still fight 90% of the guys, but who will fight everybody?
Mm.
Back in the day, Hearns, Duran, Leonard, uh, all right, I'm even go to the Mexicans. The Mexicans is known for having all the heart in the world. And I'm gonna name this era right here: Eric Morales, Barrera, Marquez. I'm gonna be critical and say that Canelo don't got their heart. As good as he don't got their heart. I don't care what nobody say. Benavidez is the realest Mexican out there right now, in my opinion. And I'm being real because like I told you, some of my favorite Mexicans fighters of all times are Mexicans. Salvador Sanchez, Ricardo Lopez. But I'm gonna call this shit out. I'm gonna call this shit out because a lot of fans getting fooled. I'm gonna say this.
Mm.
A lot of
Tell
dudes
him, Mick. Tell him.
say this because a lot of dudes fooling casual fans by acting like they dogs, but they not. Don't talk all this hood shit and then say what? Oh, I don't want to fight him because he don't bring this to the table. Or, oh, if he run or if Shakur run, why not fight him? Cut the ring off. Do what David Benavidez just did. Benavidez, look, Andre got a dangerous style, right? Did you hear him say, "Oh, I don't. He born. I don't want to fight him because he born." That's whole shit. Listen, these
Tell him.
American fighters these American fighters that talk all this hood shit, that don't mean nothing in the ring. Devin
Mm.
didn't grow up in the hood. His father, he and he say that he admit that, but he more willing to fight than all of y'all. His father from the hood, yeah, he grew up hard. His father raised him, but that don't mean nothing in the ring. Don't nobody care about that. So even when dude was like, "Oh, Devin, the private school kid, and this and that," but he gonna beat Regis. Regis is 10 years older than him, right? But I only give Regis props because at least he ain't coming with all of that. It was the hype man. He just hyping the fight up. But you finna see the prime example of that shit don't mean nothing when you get in the ring.
Talk your shit.
I that's the only thing I don't like right now is these fighters living like rappers. Back in the day,
Mm.
it'd be the boxers and the athletes. Nowadays, you got these fighters that want to be, and I'm gonna put Jared Anderson in there too. When I see no, I'm talking about as a top young fighter, Jared Anderson.
Okay, so he's not one of them rappers that you talking about.
I mean, they all like the life, no, but I always forget him because he a heavyweight. When I put him in when I say the top young dogs, he one of them too. But we forget because he a heavyweight. we forget about the heavyweight division because all of them guys is like Fury. But I'm gonna say that Jared Anderson is another front runner to take over the sport of boxing as a heavyweight because it ain't nothing still, it ain't nothing like a heavyweight to carry the state of boxing. And Jared is that he can be the next great American heavyweight. Like when you had the mic, you remember me when we was younger. Your whole block was packed when Tyson fought. You can't tell me it wasn't.
That house was packed,
Every
son. It
listen,
was a party. It was a party with my next door neighbor and my other next door neighbor. We were all watching the fight
listen, and that's what we need. We need
for a
we
whole 5 rounds.
we need
Tyson was getting everybody out of there.
we got now. I could be forgetting some. Like I ain't disclude. I can't remember so many names, but it's a lot of guys. Just one thing I hate when the fighters say, "I don't want to fight him because he born." Well, if he born, that make him a punk. So go. So what you supposed to do with a punk?
Beat
Now,
his ass.
did you hear Benavidez saying, "Oh, what Morales and them was fighting dudes? They didn't care about no style." Like, so I am gonna give a gripe on the fighters when it come to that, making excuses because this fighter fight born. If he born, that mean he a punk. What do you do with a punk? You deal with him. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think nowadays not fighting fighters. Like if Shakur was that born and he this and that, go in there and fight him and prove that and prove it.
Talk your shit, Mick. But yeah, man, I 100% understand what you're saying. Like 100. Like right now, the only person that can say that Boo Boo's a horrible fighter is David Benavidez.
Yeah, yeah. He ain't even say it. He gave him his credit, but you didn't not once hear him say, "Oh, I don't want to fight this fight because he fight this way and he fight." Nah, he knew in his mind, "Oh, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cut the ring off like a real fighter can do and beat his ass." You ain't never hear Terrence Crawford say that. You ain't never hear Terrence Crawford say, "Oh, I don't want to fight this dude," because he fought a whole bunch of awkward fighters.
Mm.
You ain't never hear the killers like Maidana say it. I mean, I'm talking about dudes that's not skill wise. Maidana's not superior, but he gave Floyd Mayweather probably his toughest fight of his career, at least the top 2 or 3. But guess what? He could have said, "Oh, Floyd, I don't want to. Oh, he fight this way, he fight that way." Nah, he went in there, cut the ring off, and made Floyd fucking fight that first fight and forced the rematch. The same way that what's the name did. What's Floyd fought him twice. What's
Madonna.
no the other one back in the day, Mexican
Steve.
Castillo. Did you hear Castillo say, "Oh, he run"? Nah, he went in there and fought. He did what he was supposed to do.
Exactly, yeah.
You ain't gonna hear that from guys like them. So I pay attention to that. Like all these excuses, you got to get with your either learn how to cut the ring off, get with the right trainer or teacher, because that's another knock I'm gonna give on boxing is it's a lot of frauds and Antonio Tarver. I ain't gonna say he right about Derrick James. Not that I think that he knocked him, but he right what he was saying. It's some shitty ass fake trainers. It's YouTube trainers, and it's fake. We need more teachers in the game because nowadays it's becoming about popularity for the trainers to where they want these
And
dudes.
resources.
Listen, I'm tired of seeing everybody try to copy Roger and Floyd Sr., who was my teachers. I'm tired of that shit. Is bad imitations, but
Mm.
I'm gonna let people just. But I had to go off a little bit
Yeah,
today
you cooked. I had to let you cook for like 20 minutes.
because they be fooling these casual fans. Like now the excuse gonna be, "Oh, I don't want to fight Shakur because his last fight was this that." Wait a minute. Do you think Benavidez would say that if he was at his weight?
Mm.
Nope. That's why
Mm-mm.
he got named the Mexican Monster by Mike Tyson, by a legend. Because Mike respect his Mike respect the dog in Benavidez, and he know that he not a fraud.
Yeah,
He know that he a killer. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this dude this name because he willing to go in there and prove. He willing to go in there and prove what he's saying. He ain't saying, "Oh, Demetrius Andre run too much, so I ain't gonna fight him."
facts.
That's some scary shit. That's
Facts.
scary to me.
100%. My man Sportsbook Goat says Mickey just threw a 20-piece punch combo right now.
Yeah, hey, this too much fraud going on. I know nobody want to hear about this hood shit because right now, man, you can't say, "Oh, I'm from this." No man, number one, don't nobody care about that. Two, if you from the hood, then prove that you'll fight anybody.
You know what I like to do, Mickey? When I see like these hood dudes, they're like, "Yo, Jay, teach me how to box," but all they want to do is spar, and they don't want to learn nothing, and they just want to beat somebody up. You know what I do? I go take the skinniest white boy that has, you
hundred
know,
percent,
he got some accolades and stuff. He's blonde with the freckles and shit, right? And I'd be like, all right, well, do three. See if you could do 3 rounds with him. You know what I'm saying?
man. Listen, I was a killer on the streets, right? I ain't never lost a street fight. My first time getting my ass whooped was in the gym,
Mm.
being hard headed, telling the trainer, like, man, let me spar. He like, you ain't been boxing long enough. He threw me in there just to humble me, man. Dude beat the shit out of me. But that's
Hmm.
going. I kept going. But I'm just giving constructive criticism on a lot of fighters that think that matters. Don't nobody care where you from. Like dudes getting their ass whooped, dudes getting
They're
the big
trying to shake him. They're trying to shake him before the fight, and I can see what they're trying to do.
man.
They're trying to
Listen,
punk him.
matter that don't mean shit when it come to listen. Floyd wasn't the hardest dude on the streets. Listen, everybody was scared of his uncle and his father. Everybody in this, and everybody where they grew up was scared to death of them crazy ass Mayweather brothers, Roger and Big Floyd. He have to deal with certain shit because of his father and uncle, but who was the baddest dude for 20 some years in the pros was the one that was disciplined, not the one that was worried about this, worried about that. No, the rappers wanted to be Floyd. They was
Mm.
Floyd. Floyd never, he had his fun. I ain't saying these young cats, you shouldn't do nothing detrimental to your career. That go for anybody in life. But at the same time, these dudes now, they don't have a hunger. They making a lot more money than fighters made back in the day, but they don't have a hunger no more. They get a couple dollars and they not even, take advantage of that and get your train better. Get the teacher and get some advice. When dudes like Tarver saying what he's saying, I know what he's talking about. When he say, man, it's a lot of trash teachers and fake trainers, and it is. It's only a few left, and I'm only giving advice because a lot of young fighters can be better.
And he
What
had a lot to say about Devin too.
who?
Tarver.
Oh, what'd he say?
He said, "I wonder why now. Now I know why he don't punch hard because of if you look at his mechanics of how he throws some of his punches."
Well, Devins is not a puncher. That's just not who he is. But
Yeah, yeah, but I guess what he's saying is that like if you have some of the right mechanics, you should be able to, at least bite a little bit or something like that. He
yeah,
kind
we
of like
we
discredited David. That
we gonna see the verdict at 40, 35. He was killing himself to make that weight for sure.
yeah.
You
So he
know,
might. Yeah, I think he's gonna be stronger at 42. To
he
be
gonna be
honest.
stronger, but he never gonna be. Let me see, son. I might could hold it. I gotta plug this phone in. I know still probably got a few minutes left, so let me.
Yeah,
My
we're
back.
almost done.
Hold
We
on.
we in the closing arguments. We'll have Mickey,
Oh shit! I ain't even bring
finish
my
it
damn.
finish it off for us.
Yeah, I ain't even bring. I could have swore. I don't even think I brought my key in the car. Damn. Hold on. Let me see what we got. Yeah, we might have to finish this because my shit about to go dead.
All right. Well, yo, Mickey, man, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you for chopping it up with your boy. To the next one, we got some fights coming up, so we could be able to break down probably that Ryan Garcia and Alex, what is his name, Oscar Duarte, fight
Oh, for
before
sure,
then.
yo. I'm gonna take a good look at him.
Yeah,
And we'll get back on.
sound good, my brother.
All right. All
God
right.
bless you, man. Enjoy the rest of your
All right.
day.
Thanks. All right, yo.
You already know. Former champion, Mickey Bey, guys. Make sure you guys check him out. He got a channel called Fight God TV. Check him out. Subscribe to the channel. Get him monetized so that way he can talk his shit on YouTube as well. We always gonna get him on the channel. He's one of our regulars. Smash the like button, each and every single one of y'all, for tapping in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Sports Book Goat, Bud Cheddar, Ali Savage, A Booger, Heaven Williams. Shout out to all y'all. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Get into the polls as well. You know what I mean? Who's the scariest fighter out of Tank, Matias, Better Beef, and Benavidez? Let me know what y'all think. We're gonna be back with another one. We tapping in with Zab Judah later on tonight. Also, I got an interview with Coach Kenny around 8 o'clock tonight in a couple hours on Instagram Live. So we're staying busy. We're staying busy trying to get you guys all the hot, boxing coaches and fighters, and I already know it's home of the high level pro boxing media, the fighters channel, the trainers channel, the people's channel. Much love to everybody on the live. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for the donations as well. And on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Much love to y'all. And for the winner of the poll, y'all got Benavidez at 41%. So shout out to everybody, and I'll see you guys later on tonight.